It's time again for the listeners to ask us anything.
Oh no, I wasn't here for this last week.
You weren't. No, we I know I have made a bit of a boo-boo with this. I forgot. No, only in the sense that I keep creating new posts on the Facebook group for new questions, but I then forget that we already had questions come in, so I'm kind of collating them all. So yeah, I'll kind of figure out the best way of asking those questions. I think I'll just have one post, and then people can continually add to it. That's probably the best idea. But anyway, that's for another discussion off air. But we do have a couple of questions. I brought two in this week.
Okay.
And the first one is from Holly. Said, you know Holly Williams. She is a long-time listener of the show. I work with her, bless her, and she falls to sleep to our voices. So
she's got as many children as we've recorded episodes, I believe.
Yeah. 70.
Perpetually pregnant, that woman. In fact, I do believe in our non-podcast life, I do have an outstanding bet with her of £1 million that she will have another child, and she keeps claiming that she will never reproduce again. But I've said, well, I'll only pay out when she or I die, because up until that point, I'm still convinced she will push out another baby.
It's in your will. Your estate will pay out.
Yeah.
So her question is. It's along the lines of it's a would you rather question, so it's a Hobson's choice type affair. Would you rather eat chocolate flavored shit or shit flavored chocolate?
What?
Yeah. Chocolate flavored shit or shit flavored chocolate?
Well, shit flavored chocolate, obviously, because
yes, same here.
Would you?
Well, but he's shit.
Yeah, because one of them's shit and one of them's chocolate.
But one of them
might taste bad, but it's not shit.
But one of them's delicious.
One of them's delicious and has come through your body.
Well,
one might kill you, put you in the hospital.
Okay, well, yeah, there's no...
And I don't know why I'm assuming it come through your body, Stu. Or for some reason, I thought it would.
Yeah, I don't like being labelled the tarred with the shit brush, to be honest. But I think that's far more difficult than you're kind of making out, to be honest with you.
I
seem to be alone in that.
I worry slightly that you think there's a choice there. Because I think that we might have to rush to your house and monitor you 24/7 just in case you're ever tempted to eat feces.
Just gobbling down on bowls of poo.
Yeah.
Well, waste not, want not, really.
Well, yeah, it's a 2 girls, 1 cup kind of situation. I suppose if you had to, you would prefer it to be flavoured chocolate. But no, you'd still go for the chocolate.
Dare I ask, Mid, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's obvious, isn't it? Sometimes you have those advent calendars with shit chocolate in, but you still eat the chocolate.
Okay.
I'd eat the chocolate. Where I wouldn't be happy if I opened an advent calendar window and had a turd behind it, man.
A real Yule log.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm also making the assumption that shit tastes bad because luckily I've never eaten it, but who knows?
That is a very good point. Yeah? That's a very good point. No one. Well, I assume somebody knows. If you're listening and you know,
I know someone who knows. I can ask him.
Sorry.
Yeah, if we could have that feedback for next week, a review from someone who's eaten shit as to whether shit tastes bad or not. Yeah, that'd be grand.
Okay, Go on, Delby.
I've got some intel on this. I might be able to get that done and get someone to report on that, but I'm not sure he'll agree. Okay, we'll see.
Okay,
we can keep him anonymous.
A friend.
Yeah, a friend.
Works in WWE, like Bruce Pritchard always says on his podcast. The first thing when people get hired is like, you need to learn to eat shit and like it. So,
but not literally.
Yeah, well, it's Vince McMahon, so you don't know.
Puke.
Yeah, he's gonna. I watched that actually. It's on Netflix. So if anyone wants to watch it again.
Nice.
Beyond the Mat.
Yeah. Is it really? Oh, I might have to check that out. Happy days. I love that. That's awesome. I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, poo. Okay. So I genuinely shocked that I was kind of alone in my thinking here. But okay, I'll move on. I hope it isn't the case for this second question from Chris Lacey. He has another long-time listener of the show. He has asked, "Is the Earth square? Not flat, square, cuboid?"
Well, I would say it's more spherical than square.
Well, yes, clearly, but let's humour him.
Well, I don't know what else you want me to say.
He's gone. That sounded like an echo as well. You're proving this theory for the previous question.
I'm kind of it's spherical.
Yeah.
The pictures I've seen of it very much suggest that. And I know there are. Okay, it goes a little bit back to a while ago when we were talking about the flat earthers and my obsession with watching YouTube videos of them, and them saying, "Well, I'm only trusting pictures taken by governments and NASA and things like that." But I've got no real reason to distrust the pictures I've seen of it, because it would seem like a really strange thing to doctor, just to go, "We don't want anyone to know it's square. We better make it look round." So yeah, I'm spherical all the way.
Okay, me too, actually. But physically, actually, around my belly. I haven't been
a serious Minecraft problem, maybe.
Perhaps he is. Yeah, he used the word in blocks. Perhaps, I don't know. Has anyone kind of looked into flat earthers? I mean, I haven't personally. I'm just wondering what their main evidence is for the Earth being flat. I
watched about a good 24 hours worth of YouTube videos about it, because I just got very, very obsessed. It was after kind of hearing about AJ Styles being a flat Earth believer, and I just went, well, he seems relatively normal. I don't really understand this, and I like to kind of dig in and go, what's the science behind it? And I did watch a lot of science behind it videos, but most of the science behind it seems particularly woolly. There's an odd bod here and there that says, prove me wrong, almost. And I don't really think that's how science works.
Come at me, science.
And the thing so even when you found someone who was relatively compelling, and, some of them spoke very well about it, but it would always fall over when they would ask, and what's at the edges? And they all, to a man, said, well, it's big walls of ice, isn't it? And I'd go, well, and I just thought, well, you lose me then, because even if you did say lots of things that sounded like it could be scientifically fact, there's not big walls of ice at the end, is there? And whenever that question was asked of going, well, why aren't there pictures of these big walls of ice? The answer would always be, well, the governments won't let you get that close, will they?
So they won't let you, man.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I even watched, they had a group of flat earth scientists and a group of non-flat earth scientists, let's say, but let's be honest, just scientists, do a test, and it was across a lake, and there's a I can't remember exactly what the distance of the lake is, but the theory is if the world is spherical, over a certain distance, if it's on water, you would see, for example, the mast of a boat would start to disappear in the horizon if it was spherical. And if it wasn't, if it's flat, then you would see the mast at the same height. And it's a very long video, and it's very, very elaborate. But ultimately, guess what? You don't see the mast in the horizon. So they turned to the flat earthers and they said, well, we knew that would happen because it's all to do with reflection of light, and we only come down here to prove you wrong. And I thought, we've proved nothing, have you? They've just proved you wrong. It's fascinating, though. It really is, because they believe so wholeheartedly, even in the face of people pointing at stuff and saying it can't be because of this. There's just no shaking their absolute belief. Very much American was a lot of the videos, though, and there were quite large sort of flat earth conventions going on, and they were showing how the recruitment of flat earthers is kind of going through the roof in American universities, and you go, wow. I guess that says everything you need to know about the American education system.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it is fascinating to watch, and I think, as I say, the fascination comes from people who can believe in something, even though someone's actually showing them that it's not the case.
Look over there; it's round, isn't it? Look, you can see it. Oh.
Yeah. And they go, no, because the government's told you it's round, and Like they're happy to believe what they want to believe, but yeah, Jesus, it's fascinating. And as I say, that's why I end up watching so many, because I kept clicking on more just to go, come on, one of this lot's going to say halfway through one of these videos, oh, do you know, you're fucking right, aren't you? It's just round. But no, I never got to one where someone just went, oh, actually, yeah, you've clearly shown me it's round. Thanks.
I mean, imagine the levels, the layers of the conspiracy to make that, be so. Like, imagine if it was flat, the levels of lies that would have been told by so many governments, so many generations all around the world. How would that work?
Well, and a lot of them actually specifically speak about that, about how it's been a historical conspiracy over the time, and they even show you diagrams where it tracks like royal families and obviously like American presidents and UK prime ministers, and how they're all involved in this conspiracy. But I've yet as well on any of these videos to find anyone who's told me why they think someone's trying to tell us it's round and why they're lying to us that it's flat. But I'm sure somewhere out there's probably a book that explains why we can't know that it's flat.
Probably written by David Icke.
Yeah, let's hope so.
It's probably the lizard people, quite honestly,
But yeah,
the lizard conspiracy.
Ice will stop the water from going off the edge. Amazing. That alone, and again, for me, if I was at school when I was at primary school age and someone was telling me that the earth was flat, even at that age, I probably would have believed them until they said, yeah, there's ice walls at the edge to stop the water from falling off. I think even a 6-7-year-old me would have been dubious about that.
You'd have said, retard. Yeah.
Yeah, probably back then I would have, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't use those slurs anymore.
True. I think I was talking from the 80s.
It's a different time.
It's fine in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There's a time when you could shout Joey Deacon and everyone knew what that actually meant.
Yeah, there was a time you could call people spastics and it was okay.
Yeah.
Not anymore. There's not even a society for them anymore.
No. I miss the spastic society.
The world's loss.
Our game. I always forget what it turned into. It's something else.
Scope. Yeah, scope.
Yeah.
I always forget. I think it's for people with strokes or something when I hear scope. It's just for retards. It's okay.
Bret Hart. And I was going to say JR, but he was palsy, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes. He was palsy.
He was. I think he still got it. I think is a technical term for it.
Highly insensitive conversation, this is.
Yeah.
Who knew? Let's move on.
We go from is the world square to where we've got to. Who knows?
Anyway, I hope we've answered your question, Chris. No, the Earth clearly isn't square. Christ, if I could slap you, I would.